Hello, good morning everyone. Today I want to challenge the way we look at the critical international issue about mental health for young generation. This is no longer personal phrase or a temporary trend. It's a structural crisis affecting millions worldwide. To understand why our generation, why Gen Zs, maybe millennials feel this way, we must look directly at the root cause, the actual toll it takes, and the systemic change required. First, let us see at my branch. This one, okay. What is happening? First, we have academic strain. The pressure to perform is an unforgiving economic climate is causing unpredicted stress. Second, we trap in social digital echo chamber. Social media doesn't just connect us constantly and we get the information for all over the world. No, it's not. It's about lifestyle. Okay? It constantly exposes youth a toxic comparison and cultural realities breaking down their esteem. Like we see someone richer than us, someone successful than us, and we felt down, we felt blue like I can be like this guy, I can be like this woman, I can be like them. My life is broken and I don't know what happened to me, and you get depressed by looking at by scrolling the social media, which is bad. This brings me to the second branch. What's the second branch? Now, this one is the second branch. The toll and the consequences are visible. One major problem is cognitive burnout, where students lose the mental capacity to function effectively in class. For example, this leads directly to social isolation instead of seeking help. Vulnerable youth withdraw entirely their peer network, suffering in complete silence. See, when we have a bad grades, but we work we were all this semester for this exam, but the score, the grades isn't high. We felt down, we felt depression like we used to scroll at social media. The scope. Okay. Moving to the third branch. This one. This one, if you as you can see it. Okay. Moving at the third branch, the scope which countries are affected. Make no mistake, this borderline crisis, it is happening in high income nation and developing countries like us, like Indonesia. If we ignore this, we are looking at the future workforce that is fundamentally broken, which will eventually damage society as a whole. Everyone gonna be damaged, everyone gonna be depressed, and we're gonna step ahead to like a Japan or Korea, which is have a toxic environmental that everyone felt depressed, want to kill themselves, which is that was really bad. The closing and the intervention. So, what can people do at this final branch? Okay, so what can people do? The final bench highlights necessary intervention. We must move past basic awareness. We need an open dialogue to completely eliminate the stigma around mental illness. More importantly, we need institutional reform. University and school must integrate actual mental health support into their system rather than treating it as an afterthought. Like the example, when you're depressed or something, like when me in the middle high school, because I felt down, I felt blue, I felt depressed for a little bit. Like I talked to my I talked to my PA, I talked to my I talked to my teacher like I felt down. I didn't have a good feeling about this. I'm worried. I'm depressed. You know what my teacher said to me? You should do a religion stuff like salat. Well, that's a basic need for religion, but it's not the mind problem and it's not the key for the problem, you know? This one is the problem with older generation, which is like baby boomers, Gen X, boomers. They feel that when Gen Zs have a mental ill, have a mental health, we actually a problem with their life. They're just saying like, nah, my life is worse than you, okay? My life because we didn't have any electricity, because we didn't have anything like a phone. When we want to have information, we should look at the book. I mean, read some book, you baby, old babies. I mean, if you just telling the young generation for religion stuff, for like ketenangan, for like we're gonna feel good, like we're gonna feel like not depressed anymore. We're gonna feel like, oh, my life is crazy because someone life is worse. Talk to African kids, you baby, because we can eat and African kids cannot eat. That's not the problem, and it's not the main problem of this situation. So this problem is so important, and we as a human being cannot completely forgive it and just throw down to the bin. No, we cannot do. That's all from me. Thank you for attention. So, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.